There was a time, there was an era, Mason,
Go on.
where sequels weren't good. Now sequels are good. All sequels are good.
Every sequel's good. Every movie's good.
Second videos for the year are good.
They're good. Some would say they're the best in the trilogy.
Yeah.
But we're going to prove that wrong because they're all going to be equal best. Or they're all going to be better than the last. But then the first one's going to be better than the second and third.
Oh, you're describing the Lord of the Rings trilogy, I feel. That's how I see it. These are all good.
This is our Lord of the Rings trilogy. Us doing videos on the original Star Wars trilogy.
Not the videos we did on the Lord of the Rings trilogy. They're not our Lord of the Rings.
That's old stuff. That's
Okay.
old news. Don't care. This is our Lord of the Rings trilogy. Us saying what we think about the Star Wars trilogy.
Fantastic. Please leave a like for us covering The Empire Strikes Back from 1980. A movie that George Lucas was fairly confident was never going to happen.
When was he confident about that?
Well, immediately afterwards, he got Alan Dean Foster, who ghost wrote the original book, to do Splinter of the Mind's Eye.
I remember it.
Oh yeah, we did a video on it, which is basically a low-budget narrative which writes out Han Solo because Harrison Ford didn't commit to sequels at that point. It recycles sets. There's no space battles. There's no Chewbacca. It's about getting a crystal or something.
Yeah. I mean, obviously there'd be no Chewbacca without Han Solo. Otherwise, it's just two acquaintances that know each other going on a sort of a quest.
I think that's fun though,
Luke
isn't it?
and Chewbacca?
Yeah. Luke Barker, they could call them.
Their ship name could be Luke Barker. Both their emotional friendship
Yes.
and the ship they're on.
Yeah, okay, that's
They
good.
could christen it the Luke Barker.
Yeah. But obviously after, we talked about this last week, Star Wars became literally the biggest movie of all time. He got Lee Brackett to write the first draft.
Excuse me?
And the story that she wrote...
The thing that I'm stuck on, not that this person wrote an original script.
Sure.
I've not heard of her before. It's just her name's Lee Brackett. It's just a little bit funny.
It sounds like an Australian cricket player. In comes Lee Brackett, he's got to do a bowl or whatever. Or she!
Right? It sounds like George Lucas wrote the script himself and wanted to come up with a fake name for someone that he could pretend wrote it, and he looked at a bracket.
Oh, okay, that's what's
what I'm
happened.
saying,
Yeah. So Lee Brackett's script has Vader pursuing Luke because he was mad that Luke shot him out of the sky at the Death Star battle, which he didn't do.
He didn't do that. So the third act, there'd be a funny reveal where he's like, oh, my bad. My bad, it was actually Han Solo.
That's right.
Now it's time to get Han Solo. Episode 3, now it's time to get Han Solo.
We'll get him together. I don't mind.
Yeah.
Anakin's Force Ghost guides Luke through the Jedi trials. So this was a moment where also they weren't the one character.
Whoa.
Yeah. Luke gets hypnotized by a crystal that pops out of a lightsaber. Classic 70s crystal sci-fi stuff.
Classic crystal hypnotism. That's so good.
Lando was from a clone family, so he was a hangover from the Clone Wars.
Okay.
There's a mention of God. I mean, there is a hell in Star Wars, we find out in The Real Empire Strikes Back.
Correct, yes.
So I don't know what's going on there. But unfortunately, just as she finished this, she succumbed to cancer and she died.
Oh.
So George Lucas, even though he didn't like this version, she's still credited for having a hand in it. And there were like tiny bits that kind of come over. But basically, he scrapped this, wrote a new version, which then he got Lawrence Kasdan to come in and basically tweak it to make it better, more lively, fix the Yoda dialogue, made it more concise, added the romance stuff, Vader having a mashed up head. Like,
Sure.
they're Lawrence Kasdan things, yeah.
I'm imagining a whiteboard and it's got Darth Vader's mashed up head right in the center and then just a bunch of lines coming off it. How do we're starting with this concept. So we want to see, that's what the people want to see, Darth Vader's mashed up head.
The S has a line through it like a dollar sign.
Right.
This is what the people want.
How do we get here?
So 20th Century Fox, they were wrapped because they were like, oh, we had a huge hit with Star Wars.
In Australia, that means they liked it.
Oh, they loved it big time.
To be wrapped in
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. They were rapt about it, Mason.
Sure.
They
thought it was groovy.
They thought it was so groovy, Mason, until they realized that they'd signed over the sequel rights to George Lucas. So
you fools.
they said, listen, what we'll do, we'll finance this for you.
Can we trick you out of this somehow?
Exactly.
Let's try.
And we're going to give you a 10% increase on your director's fee. And he went, no, I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do, put your own money away. I'm going to bankroll this myself. He put in $20 million of his own money, which he had financed through the Bank of America, which is basically everything that he made off the first movie minus merch. So he still had more money.
He M. Night Shyamalan'd it.
He did, big time.
Whoa.
And the deal that he got was initially, he would get 52% of the first 20 million, 70% of the next 40 million, 77% of everything after that.
Nice.
And 20th Century Fox was just like, I guess, because
Sure.
he'll just take it somewhere else,
Right.
which is what they did with Indiana Jones. But then this ran over and the budget kind of blew out a bit. And the Bank of America they called in the loan.
What?
They worried. So then the loan. This is so boring. I know. Don't worry. It's gonna. I'll make it so concise in the final video.
Bank of America. Don't you know you're dealing with one of the most successful film franchises of all time?
Well, no. Apparently.
Don't you know there was going to be Baby Yoda toys on the near horizon?
So they handed the loan over to the Bank of Boston. Fox had to step back in as a guarantor, so they got a few more percentage points on it, but Lucas maintained sequel rights and all that still.
Now, I don't know a lot about Hollywood, but I know you've got to get some of those points.
Oh, yeah.
If you get some points,
Yeah.
you're going to be wrapped.
You can roll some joints,
That's right.
which is illegal. Don't do it.
But it's groovy.
But it's groovy. George Lucas risked all this because he wanted to build his own empire. He wanted specifically to build Skywalker Ranch. That was his idea. And he knew that because he was making multiple companies kind of happen and flourish, he will need somebody else to direct.
Ilm.
Ilm? Exactly. Ilm.
Made Ilm.
Yeah, he did make Ilm.
I always picture Skywalker Ranch as an actual ranch.
It is an actual ranch.
Whoa, I was
Yeah.
right.
Mason, you got something right for once. How does it feel?
Feels good. I'm on the board for 2026. Tick.
So he got Irvin Kershner in, who was one of his instructors at college. Irvin Kershner said, of all the younger guys around, all the hotshots, why me? And George Lucas said, well, because you know everything a Hollywood director is supposed to know, but you're not Hollywood. And I liked that. So he also fleshed out a lot of the character work also.
And I can push you around.
Well, no, he couldn't.
Right,
We'll talk about
interesting.
that next week.
Irvin Kershner,
Yeah,
just an interesting journeyman director.
completely agree.
After this, the movie I know him from post this is RoboCop 2.
Yeah.
He did Never Say Never Again,
Yep.
the second unofficial Bond movie that was made out of spite.
It does have a weird laser hologram table bit.
Probably.
No, it does, I know. He worked on Sequest DSV.
Did he?
Yeah, that was like the last thing that he did.
And in 1976, he made a movie called The Return of a Man Called Horse. All AI is lying to me, but
I'm
it
not
either could
familiar.
be true.
I'm not familiar.
Either could be true.
This is such a huge step up in terms of special effects. It feels so modern. And again, we're looking at the original version of this.
Yes.
But my goodness, it looks incredible. There's a new ILM facility, which they named the Kinder Company Optical Research Lab, so that people wouldn't come along and go, we love Star Wars, let us in. Let us in.
I would have called it the Star Trek Laboratory, and people would have been like, ooh, yuck. Yuck, not for me.
No.
I'm no Trekkie. Yuck.
Not those boring movies.
That's right.
The model work on this is so good.
Look, we sometimes we make notes when we talk about these
What are
movies.
you talking about? I'm just notes.
Okay.
I've never remembered anything. I'm just notes, Mason.
Okay, well, I've sometimes make notes. But I have only one note, and it just says in all caps, even bigger Star Destroyer.
Oh, yeah.
God, it's so big.
Initially, they were going to use one of the original ones and just paint it blue.
Come on.
Come on, what are we doing? So they built something that's, I think, slightly bigger, but it's got the appearance of more lights in it. That's one thing that I realized in watching this behind the scenes of this. All the Star Destroyers have lights, and it gives them a bigger sense of scale, because every light is like somebody's room where they're probably looking at a laser or something.
Absolutely. They're looking at that laser. They don't know their doom is soon to come upon them. You
They
know?
don't know that, man.
I don't know.
Yeah. So that's fiber optics running through all of these things, which is really incredible.
And another tip, you can just zoom the camera in. Makes
Yeah.
everything look bigger.
That's true, yeah.
Everything.
What?
Just everything.
Okay, that's interesting. I'm just going to... Yep, all right, good to know. Just making a quick note. But
God, the AT-ATs, the all-terrain
Far out,
armored
man.
transports, if that is in fact the acronym, I think it is, you know?
aren't they good, though?
God, yeah.
The
And
weight
some
of
people,
them.
some people are like, why would you those things that can fly, why would you with the lace? Because it looks cool.
Yeah.
It's cool, and it's shock and awe.
It's scary.
It's scary,
Yeah.
you know? They're big.
They're big.
They're walking tanks. That's fun.
That is fun.
fun.
They're all-terrain.
But it wouldn't even work because they'd shoot out a tow cable. Okay, you got me. They would shoot out a tow cable and trap their legs and make them fall over. They actually would do that. Also, if they're not that armored on the top, why wouldn't you just shoot down on them all the
Absolutely.
time? I mean, but you know.
You got to get higher. You got to get up high, don't you, to do
gotta,
that,
that's
which
true.
could be difficult. Yeah, they have flaws. You can get under them. You can get under them.
Get under 'em.
So that was go motion, which was a relatively new pioneering trick of stop motion where you move the camera slightly as you take an image, and the blur gives it an effect of motion, which you don't get in regular stop motion.
Go motion, of course, very soon superseded by Yoga motion. Here's the gorilla.
This Yo Gorilla's making a lot of appearances in our videos. Have you noticed that?
First time in 2026, though. Here he is.
And you got a point. You got another point on the board.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. One of my favorite moments in this that I haven't noticed before. First of all, Admiral Oswald cops it. That's fun.
That is fun, yeah.
But there's a moment where Vader goes, General Veers, prepare your men. Before he says it, he turns and he's like 3 inches from his face. And Veers, who's a guy from Game of Thrones, he doesn't even flinch. Like, he's so close and he just screams it at him. He's just like, all right, yep, cool, got it. Love that.
Is that because on set nobody was actually talking at all?
That might have been it,
Because David Prowse at this point was probably refusing to speak.
What's the point even? They don't even use my real voice.
Yeah, you use my voice. And you could just get a tow cable and put it around their legs. But nobody listens to our Prowsey, do they? Do they?
Oh, man, I got some David Prowse stuff to talk about later. Also, I think it needs to be highlighted that doing a battle with compositing on a white backdrop is lunacy.
Yeah.
Because you get the black matte lines. And in space, you can't see that because space, for the most part, is black.
Could they just make them white outlines?
That's a good point. And
Isn't it
interesting.
though, yeah.
They obviously didn't consider that. But
Point on the board?
Point on the board.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
you can have another point on the board. But that's all great stuff. I love all of that. There's also new Force stuff in this. We get mind moving. We get ghosts. As mentioned, hell is real because Han Solo mentions it.
Well, maybe it's real and maybe...
I mean, the devil was in the last one.
I mean, the devil was in the last one and Han Solo was in the cantina with him. Maybe that guy's just an alien. He's like, yeah, I'm from another dimension. It's called hell. And if you're bad, you end up there. Han, do you want to join my cult?
He probably would.
He probably, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, all that's amazing. And it starts off with a loss, and it's just a series of losses throughout this entire movie. Watching the Millennium Falcon outrun the Empire is just the best thing in the world. It's so incredible, but it also is interspersed with Han Solo just casually hitting on Princess Leia, just
Right.
inopportune moments. And it's like, dude, we know it's the 80s, but this is not okay, all right? It's inappropriate, Mason. It's inappropriate timing, and it's too much. But I guess he is cool, so there is that.
That's undeniable.
Yeah. The love story, though, I think it does work in this for the most part, because they're just so charming together, and the dialogue's quite witty and all of that. You know the bit where they go into the cave and it's not a cave?
Yes.
Had he done that before? Because he clocks it like immediately.
Oh, it's a great question.
There's probably a prequel novel by
Oh.
A.C. Crispin or whoever did the Han Solo trilogy. Great series of books, by the way.
Okay, yeah.
Where that happens, or he'd heard about it from us.
Maybe Lando had done it once.
Oh, yeah, he probably did.
Maybe Lando had done it once. Or maybe Greedo told him about it one time, you know?
Yeah, he might have told him.
And that's probably why Greedo got caught by surprise. Greedo's always like, yeah, I just show up and I threaten him. And I tell him some old war stories or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he runs away or whatever. It'll be just like normal times. We're actually great friends,
Yeah.
Han and Greedo. Han and the Greedster over here. This is going to go really well, as usual.
Is that why George Lucas changed it? Because he was like, they were actually good friends.
Maybe we got to check a prequel book. Got to check one of the prequel books. I think if he knew in advance that it was
I don't think he knew before,
right,
but as the cave kind of moved, he was like, he was onto it.
I bet he's been in some stuff.
He's definitely been in some stuff, Mason. That is undoubtable. Indisputable?
Correct.
Yeah. The Vader characterization in this, I mean, aside from the father stuff, is so good. Just the idea of seeing the back of his head. I remember as a kid just being like, oh my God.
Yeah.
What the fuck happened here? And he's letting people see it because a guy comes in and he doesn't, he's not like, just give me a minute.
Not everyone's as vain as you, James, honestly.
It's not vanity.
I mean, look, we all know that if you got your head burnt up and with lava and all mashed up, you'd be like, ooh, don't look at me.
I probably would be like that.
I used to look like Hayden Christensen.
I didn't.
And now I'm like a thumb that got ran down a cheese grater. And you can't even look at it. Grow up.
Sorry, that's my fault. But of course, we got Yoda in this.
He's keeping it real. Right?
Yeah,
He's just keeping it real.
I mean, if he was keeping it real, the whole thing would be perspex. You could see him all the time.
That's a good point.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but you know what? He'd get an email from janitorial, be like, everyone's vomiting all the time.
You can see you sloshing around in there.
Yeah.
And we don't like it.
Yeah, bits are all coming off and they're sticking on the inside of the perspex. Every time he turns his head, a bit comes off.
Fair point, yeah. So Yoda in this, it needed to work, right?
Was he originally just going to be a guy?
Yeah, the original concept was like a little guy, and it slowly morphed into what he became. One idea was to dress up a baby monkey, which was quickly scrapped.
Right, because of the propensity for violence.
Yeah. It was supposed to be Jim Henson, and then Frank Oz took it over. And I'll talk later about the guy who actually designed him. But were people, because we didn't see these in cinemas because we're so young.
That's so true, isn't it?
Do you think people were fooled by this? I mean, I'd love people to let me know
What do
below.
you mean? Oh, I see that.
You know, he turns up and he's just like a whatever. He's annoying.
I mean, the language of cinema would suggest that there's more to him than meets the eye.
Sure, yeah.
Like, it's not like, I can't imagine...
Especially the bit where he goes, I knew your dad. And Luke's
Yeah.
like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm busy.
Shut
up.
Shut up, you little freak. Take me to Yoda, who you seem to have some relationship with.
And you know my dad.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Yeah, I think people... I mean, it's...
Probably clocked.
Yeah, that's the classic reveal, isn't it?
Yeah, I
you
guess
know?
it is. I mean, maybe it wasn't then. But I think, though, he's so harsh on Luke. Like, Luke has a lot going on even before his dad turns out to be that guy. And he's also very important. Like, Luke, and Yoda's just been hiding here. And I guess he has PTSD or whatever. Because he
sure.
did a flip. But, like, making Luke do gymnastics is just wild. And I know it's part of, like, breaking him down to get to his core or whatever.
Yeah. You got to work on your core to get to your core.
Exactly. But also him being like, well, Jedi, they never use, the Force for attack. It's only for defense. But that's a real, like...
That's a lesson some Star Wars fan film creators might want to learn. Luke mostly uses for defense, not for flinging 17 lightsabers around, all right? Just because he can doesn't mean he should.
Yeah, fair point.
Is it canon in the Star Wars universe that it was always going to be Luke to like...
No, so the Vader thing is...
To bring the back, just to save the universe and etc.?
Well, it was kind of Luke, and then it was retconned as Vader, which was
Right.
apparently the plan all along.
But then, of course, Yoda says there is another. And he's like,
Yes.
well, maybe Leia can do it as well. I don't know.
Well, it wasn't even supposed to be Leia. We'll talk about that next week. But
I was going to be Gary Skywalker.
Gary Skywalker was around.
Yeah.
Yeah. But even the bit where Yoda's like, I remember the failure in the cave because he has a test in the cave. He fucking tuned up Darth Vader. I think that's sick, actually.
That's right.
Like, he very handily won
I
that.
mean, this is probably going to end in a fight.
Yeah.
And he got him. He got him really good. And I reckon when, he slices Vader's helmet open,
Yep.
it's not going to be his own face to back at him, to
wouldn't
shock
think
him.
so.
It'll just be that wrecked thumb. That grated thumb.
Why is the back of his head also the front of his head?
I don't know, but then after he's finishing vomiting, once he's finished vomiting down that shaft, on the Death Star or whatever, he'll be like, I won.
Yeah, I won.
This is good.
I mean, it does tie into the next film because, Luke does ultimately win by not fighting. So I guess thematically, yeah. No, it does work. I'm just being a bitch. I'm just being a bitch up in here, mate.
Wow.
Yeah. But even like sending him off is wild. He's like, well, I can't help you save your friends. And if you go, you'll destroy everything that you love and they love and everything.
Well, guess what? I didn't.
Well, he messed up a little bit, but ultimately he did pretty well. But like, again, it's that thing of like, you could go with him. You can lift some stuff. I think people would be like, that's cool. We got this guy now, it's handy.
Yeah. We made this backpack, so I mean, just stay in the backpack. And,
Yeah.
You'll
be fine.
I'll swing the lightsaber. You can lift some stuff. You can lift some stuff to lightsaber height.
Yep.
And like people, and I'll slice them in half.
That's right.
Defensively.
Yeah, absolutely.
Defensively.
Yeah. That's one thing that the Mandalorian and Grog learnt as well, because they're a team. One's lifting stuff, one's slicing stuff.
Absolutely.
They're coming around to it. Bounty hunters.
Yes.
I've said this before, but Bosk, put some shoes on. Hanging his dirty feet over the edge of that. People are working there, man.
Yeah, but it's a dominance thing. It's a power thing. He's showing off. He's like, I'm on a different payroll to you guys. It's like people who wear their lanyard, out in public. They're like, I work in a building.
Yeah.
That's right.
But out here, you're a guy I'm going to throw my coffee on.
Yeah, that's right.
But it does, of course, have the introduction of Boba Fett. Cool guy. It's
Cool
also
guy, good guy.
Cool guy, good guy.
Great guy.
Yeah.
He just loves people and being good and noble.
Yes, he does, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He loves looking after a town. He
Love
loves riding a rancor.
Love watching this movie and seeing this guy who I know will one day be a benevolent mayor of a town.
It's good, isn't it?
It's good.
Yeah. But this wasn't his first reveal. There was the holiday special prior to this.
That's right.
Which we've got a video on.
Where he appears as a sort of a Hunter S. Thompson.
Yeah.
What's the guy's name?
The art style you're talking about. Yeah.
He's got that kind of Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, Ralph Steadman art vibe
wacky.
in the holiday special.
Absolutely.
People should watch it if they haven't. It's not good.
No, it's not
awful.
good. The animation is interesting though.
Yeah.
But also, he was revealed even earlier than that at a 1978 parade in California where he just strolled out. He was like, I'm Boba Fett or whatever. Also, did you know he was a dangerous toy that was recalled?
Did he have a rocket launching backpack?
He had a rocket launching backpack.
Is that true or is that?
This is true.
Because I'm sure I would have had, or I knew someone who had a Boba Fett action figure back in the day, and I'm pretty confident the backpack didn't launch because they would have changed.
You're absolutely right. They took the spring out of it. And the reason they did that, and this is from the Consumer Product Safety Commission, I did extensive research, where it said, although all products meet or exceed all existing and proposed safety standards, there have been incidents of accidentally swallowing or aspiration of a missile, including one reported death of a 4-year-old. That happened on a Battlestar Galactica toy. So the rumor is that the Boba Fett toy killed somebody.
Right.
A toy did kill somebody, but it was Battlestar Galactica. Yeah. Secret Galaxy did a video on it. Yes.
Secret Galaxy over at they've done a bunch of videos. Dan over at Secret Galaxy, I believe, has a collection of Boba Fett's, like a million of them.
That's too many.
But he's done a bunch of videos on that.
There you go. That's good stuff.
Well, guess what, folks? Guess what, Toy Safety Commissioner, whoever you are? Joke's on you, because I took my Boba Fett and I taped it to a World War II artillery shell. So then I hit it with a hammer.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So you could send away to get this in 1979, this new figure. But a few prototypes of the recalled one were saved by employees, and they're worth like tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Okay,
So yeah. Lando. The first movie is accused of being very white.
Just because everybody in it's white?
We don't actually know why people are saying these things, but yes, it is a very white film.
What about Greedo?
Yeah, that's a good point.
What about Porkins?
That's what George Lucas, he should have just be like, that's not racist. What about Greedo? Porkins? You say Porkins?
Yes, I did.
But yeah, so...
Chewbacca's half Chinese. Excuse me, George?
Do you want to explain yourself?
If anything, that makes you the real racist.
Oh, God. Oh, no. But he's great. Billy D. Williams is incredible. What an addition to the cast.
Agreed.
He used to get bailed up by kids in the schoolyard when he'd drop his kids off. They're like, you betrayed Han Solo. And he's like defending himself. He's like, well, I had to because they got there first. But also, like, if you've seen the movie... I actually steal his clothes at the end of the movie, but earlier than that, I let him out and I do a rescue or whatever. Yeah.
You guys have no concept of tactics and strategy. You stupid children.
Oh, man. Harrison Ford going into the
Carbonite.
Carbonite's great. Again, they did that because they thought maybe he's not going to come back for the next one.
And then in the next one, they could just say he died in the Carbonite.
Yeah, that's right.
He died of too much Carbonite.
Yeah, he went in open-mouthed, which you shouldn't do. Yeah.
That's right. He pooped too much in the Carbonite, and then the poop and the Carbonite mixed and became toxic. And he died of poop Carbonite poisoning.
That's correct.
Because he pooped too much, because he's prone to doing that.
Yeah. That's in all the prequel books as well. Yeah. The story is that he came up with the I love you, I know thing, like Ford came up with it on the spot. But Irvin Kershner, he was a big fan of letting Harrison Ford in particular improvise. So they actually workshopped a bunch of stuff before they went out to set. And then they threw it out there. And also Lucas didn't understand why people thought that was funny. But he deferred to the director. And it's one of the most like iconic moments in cinema. And it is funny. Someone bearing their heart and you're just like, whatever.
That's right.
That's funny.
Hang on, haven't you been hitting on me this whole movie? Han Solo, you dog?
Matt, the absolute doubt you would feel for the years that he was frozen in Carbonite. Just be like, I know. What the fuck does that mean? You'd be worried if you thaw him out. First of all, he's covered in poop and he's dead.
That's right.
Or that he's just like, yeah, no, I don't know. I like you, but, you know.
Yeah. Just thought it was funny, to be honest. It was a funny thing to say.
Luke versus Vader is incredible.
Agreed.
First off, I just want to say, Luke... The outfit that Luke is wearing in that, he zips it under his flight suit at the beginning of the movie before the Battle of Hoth, which means those clothes he wore then through that entire battle into the snow, into the mud and the muck, and then to Cloud City.
Yes.
And I don't know if Vader smells anything through that suit, but if he does, my goodness, horrendous.
I think maybe his senses they're enhanced, if anything.
Exactly,
That's probably how Obi-Wan and Darth Vader could sense each other in the first movie. Just their stinky robes.
You're probably right, yeah.
Oh, no, it's the Force, actually. No, it isn't, you liar. If that's the case, I got the Force too, because you guys, PU.
So you probably heard the story about how Mark Hamill was in a car accident shortly after the first movie was filmed.
I do.
And the reason he gets attacked by the monster is to explain why he looks slightly different than the other movie. He did have a car accident, but he has talked about this, and he did at the time and since, that no, his nose was broken, he got like a fractured cheekbone, but he was fine. Like, he may have been, he probably looked worse around the time of the filming of the holiday special because he's like caked in makeup, or everyone was on cocaine, so they just caked him in makeup. But that scene wasn't added specifically for that.
Right, okay.
Just apparently.
Right.
That could change again because also Mark Hamill notoriously has a really terrible memory when it comes to Star Wars.
Right.
But that's his story.
That's understandable because, I mean, it's only been a very small part of his life.
Yeah, but also I should point out that was his story from the time.
Right.
There's an interview of that. So anyway, Luke versus Vader.
Yes.
My God. It does seem like up top that Luke kind of knows what he's doing, you know? And you're like, oh, okay, this is a...
He did all those core exercises.
Yeah.
He stood on one hand and Yoda was on his feet or whatever.
Yeah, he was there for months or weeks or days or whatever people say.
Yes.
Probably months, it turns out. But there is a moment where it's like, oh, shit, he's not ready for this, like,
No.
at all.
Have you seen this other guy? He's like 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
Armor-plated, this guy.
He's throwing stuff at you.
Yeah.
He's throwing a lot of stuff
You
at you,
could chop off
actually.
his arm, nothing would happen, he wouldn't care.
I mean, to be fair, Luke does land a hit on him.
True.
So that is something. But yeah, that leads up to the big twist. And this, of course, was kept hidden. Lucas and Kirshner didn't tell anybody. They didn't even write it down. And they told Mark Hamill just before they filmed it. They didn't tell David Prowse. So he delivered the line, Obi-Wan killed your father. And Mark Hamill's reaction is to him thinking about the line that he actually will say in post.
Because they thought Prowsey was going to betray everyone.
Well, David...
Lando style.
Yeah, well, David Prowse apparently had been telling people a few years prior about this twist.
Interesting.
In the book How Star Wars Conquered the Universe, the author from that like tracked him down and asked him about it. And it's not really clear if he was told that or it was just something that he made up or,
Right.
Lucas was floating a bunch of ideas, but he was definitively telling people before.
Maybe he was in the Darth Vader suit and he pretended like it was empty and he just sat in Lucas's office and you could see his eyes going back and forth in the cowl, and then Kirshner and Lucas are there and I think he should be Luke Skywalker's father.
Well, I also think that.
Oh, this is how I sound. I'm Irvin Kirshner. G'day, George. It's me, Irvy Kershey.
He's got a bit of a Yoda to him, Irvin Kirshner. He's like, kind of like this. Like, that's not right. But, here's a clip. You'll hear it. James L. Jones, when he recorded the lines. Oh, there you go. There's somebody in Star Wars who isn't white. The voice of a white man.
Absolutely.
This is perfect.
Yeah.
He thought he was lying. He's like, oh, he's messing with him. That's not true.
Right, okay.
Yeah, and people also debated for the years after this whether or not he was telling the truth.
Yeah. Why didn't they just watch episodes 1 through 3? Then they'd know.
That's the easiest way to know, exactly.
Easy.
It's probably in those Han Solo prequel books as well. It's probably a bunch of time dedicated to that.
Greedo's just sitting with Han. He's like, did you know that Darth Vader's Luke Skywalker's father? Yeah, just something I heard. God, it's great hanging out with you, Han. Anyway, see you next time.
Bye. Bye. Also, The Empire Strikes Back, the book came out a week before and sold 3 million copies. So the secret, it was out there, but, there wasn't the internet and then someone didn't post it to Twitter like immediately or whatever.
Yeah.
Like when Han Solo was stabbed. But when Luke drops off or whatever, like that's all incredible. And Vader, and they changed it in the re-release, but I'd forgotten. In the original, as he's leaving, he just goes, bring my shuttle. I'm not doing it justice, but put the line in. But they changed it to like, tell everybody I'm coming on my shuttle or whatever. But just like, he's so fucking mad. Like, like it's so good. And
they changed it to like,
tell the starship I'm coming in or whatever. Yeah.
Would you mind? Would you mind terribly?
It's a real downer of an ending too.
Disagree.
Well,
depends whose side you're on.
Well, here's true. And also, I should point out that the ending to this was redone after the movie came out.
Huh.
Yeah.
How they do that, James? And what do you mean? What do you mean? Because these days,
yeah,
that is an easy fix because a lot of stuff is delivered digitally to movie theaters. And so if they I don't know, hadn't finished some special effects or whatever, they wanted to change something, or there's a coffee cup or whatever.
A cat's got a butthole.
Cat's got a butthole. and you want to add more buttholes or whatever,
yeah.
they can just digitally, they can send a patch via
Yep.
the internet. How you fix this in real life?
Great
What are you
question.
talking about? In the 80s?
In the 80s,
What are
yes.
you going to fax a new film canister?
Pretty much.
Huh.
Well, not that specifically, but the book...
Yeah, because you can't do that.
You can't do that, Mason.
Can't do that.
J.W. Rinsler wrote a book called
Rinsler?
Rinsler.
Rinsler?
Yeah, like Tron.
Like Tron, yeah.
Yeah. Called The Making of the Empire Strikes Back.
Rinsler is named after that guy.
Oh, because we looked at Tron
I think,
recently, didn't we?
Yeah.
Remember
That's probably in the video.
Remember Tron?
Yeah, sort of.
Tron, man. So Tom Smith from ILM got a call by Lucas, and basically the idea was that the 70mm print of the film had opened in 100 theaters.
Nice.
And that had been out for a few weeks. And so
That's a nice little earner.
Agreed. And Lucas was like, we've got an opportunity here because I feel like watching this with an audience, they don't realize kind of the geography of the Millennium Falcon being strapped to the bigger frigate and whatever's going
Right.
on there.
Can we add a line where somebody's like, damn, that's on the bigger frigate. We put this on the bigger frigate. And nobody even knows it's a secret. Can we get Harrison Ford to say that? He's refusing? Okay.
He's also frozen? Okay, I understand, yeah. So before the 35mm print, they had 3 weeks to get a new shot, and these were special effects shots. So the ships...
Yes.
Like moving away with the Millennium Falcon strapped underneath. George Lucas made them do that.
Okay.
And then after he saw it, he said, wait a minute, if you guys did this so fast, why did it take so long to do all the other ones? And you know what blows me away about that scene?
Yes.
In the original, there's a window where you can see Princess Leia and Luke and the droids, and they're moving. And it's a ship, like, moving away from camera. And I'm like, how the fuck did they do that?
Oh, special effects.
It was special effects. They projected it from, like, inside. It's a tiny little... It's incredible. That blew me away.
Well, now they just do it with computers.
Yeah, it's computers, and who cares?
It's exactly.
Who cares and whatever?
Yeah, exactly. They had to build a little projector. They had to hire a little mouse.
Yeah.
A little mouse engineer, a little mouse AV guy. And he came in, he's like, it's not going to be cheap.
I'm a little mouse. I like big cheese.
Cheap, fast, small, pick two. He said.
Anyway, great movie.
Yeah, I agree. Some say the best Star Wars movie ever.
Some do say that.
Some say the best Star Wars anything ever. Some say it's Andor.
Yeah,
Nobody says it's Obi-Wan Kenobi.
nobody is saying that.
No, I'm just saying, to be clear, we're not saying it either.
I don't want to predict the future by saying that, though, because we don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
I just want to put it down,
Yeah.
permanently that
Yeah.
no one's saying that currently.
Okay, good. Anyways, it's time for the trivia section of the show. The Empire has trivia.
Ooh.
John Ratzenberger plays Rebel Major Bren Derlin.
Is he from Cheers?
He's from Cheers, Mason, and he's in Toy Story as well, I think.
Yes.
He also reprised the role 37 years later in the Lego Star Wars The Freemaker Adventures. So there you go.
The what?
Doesn't matter.
what?
There's pictures of it, moving
That's
pictures.
great. Well, I'm not going to see him.
No, you don't need to. Stuart Freeborn, he modeled Yoda after himself, and also Einstein because he added the wrinkles. And if you see Yoda and this guy side by side, yeah, he very clearly did.
Huh.
But it works because he's got this kind of expressive, kind of cartoony kind of face. And
Green?
he is green, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Mark Hamill was bitten by a snake on the set of Dagobah. There's fun behind-the-scene footage of that where he's clearing out his X-Wing and a snake bites him.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's just a set, so somebody would have had to add that snake.
Yeah.
Somebody brought in a snake?
Absolutely.
We think it was David Prowse?
Yes.
Okay.
That stunk, that whole area.
I bet.
Yeah, because it's just got stagnant water, and Mark Hamill's going insane because he's talking to a puppet, but he can't hear the puppet because because Frank Oz is voicing it like under the set, and he's got an earpiece to kind
And
of
there's
hear
stagnant water pouring
Pouring
into
into him.
pouring into his puppet hole.
Yeah, that's right.
And George Lucas is there like, Frank, do the lines before you drown, Frank.
Also, this has a really fun blooper that I've never seen anybody pick up on. I'm sure people have though. Where Vader.
That stormtrooper bangs his head
No,
on the
Mace
way
Mooney
in.
talked about that.
Oh.
Where
That
Luke.
stormtrooper bangs his head on the way out.
Oh, that's probably it. Where Luke kicks Vader off the platform.
Yes.
And then Luke jumps off the side. There's kind of a pause because he falls for a bit and then he lands. And then you see Mark Hamill just stand up.
Right.
So, yeah,
Okay,
it's really great.
Oh,
I could
yeah.
I could never not see it.
Man, Yoda should have taught him all the cool force powers.
Well, he would have if he had stayed.
Big jump,
Absorbing lightning.
super speed that one time. You
That
can do it the one time you're
yeah.
allowed to do it.
Use it to rush the Emperor, come in and just fucking come in and behead him.
Turns out you can do it more than once. You're just not allowed to do it more than once.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, the box office for this on a budget of 30.5, it did get a bit out of hand.
Oh, yeah.
The return was 401.5 worldwide.
Well, that's a bit out of hand too.
Yeah, great.
You know.
This-
I would have, if I were George Lucas, I would have said no, thank you.
yeah?
That's enough.
You think that's enough money?
Yeah.
That was the highest grossing movie of the year, and with re-releases, it's made $550 million in total.
Not bad.
And of course, TV and DVDs and
I've heard
merch,
of them.
ridiculous.
VHS, Betamax at the time.
Probably Betamax at the time.
Laserdisc.
Laserdiscs at the time.
Another format. 8-track.
8-track.
Probably just get an 8-track, put it in your car.
UMDs at the time.
Absolutely.
These are all true.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
USB stick.
Yep. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Jazz drive.
Jazz drive.
Put it on a jazz drive, you know?
God, first jazz drive mentioned 2026. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I wanted to look in, of course, to Alec Guinness's payday.
Sorry. Jizz drive.
Oh, yeah.
In the Star Wars universe, it's called the Jizz drive.
They shouldn't do that.
No, I agree.
But they're doing it.
They did it. We can't stop them.
I wanted to figure out what Alec Guinness got paid for this.
Oh, yes.
Star Wars Explained did a video on this. It's a great channel. You should go check him out. He would only be available to work half a day.
That's
in
it.
total.
Wow.
He
Not
worked-
even the full day. That's
Nope.
incredible. That's a power move.
Absolutely.
Because there's no way.
That's also partially why they put Yoda in this. Because
Yeah.
they're like, well, we need an actor who
There's
will
no
do this.
way you couldn't set aside one day.
No.
Like, he's like...
And it's filming in England.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
In his house,
Yeah.
mostly. That's where the Dagobah set was, and that's why it was so
That's right.
stanky.
It's a musty English sitting room.
Yes.
Yeah. He worked from 8:30 a.m., bit of a sleep in, that's nice, to 1 p.m.
Okay.
And if they didn't get it, that was it.
Wow.
And as a result of that, he got 0.25 points on the gross revenues for the movie.
So he got those points, didn't he?
He got $1.3 million.
Nice.
Yeah. I
Nice.
mean, that's just initially. So, like, over the years and
when
et
you
cetera.
include the DVDs and the Super 8s
the jizz
and the
drives.
jizz drive and so forth, you know.
Yeah.
The charity jizz drive.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, come
Yes.
back next week because we're going to be talking about Return or Revenge of the Jedi.
Oh.
Working title. But if you do want to see that early, you can actually head over to bigsandwich.co where a bunch of stuff happens there if you do want to sign up. It's like our private Patreon. There's video game Let's Plays. We looked at the original Star Wars arcade trilogy, every one of those games.
Oh, so
Vector
good.
graphics.
Ooh.
Does it look good? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. For
You
the
can come
time.
check it out. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We also do movie commentaries. We've got one for literally every Star Wars movie. We do comic book clubs. We're actually going to look at the Star Wars, the original Star Wars comic book, which is the
Ooh.
original story that they turned into a comic. It's not very good, I think.
Oh,
But we'll talk about it.
All right.
And we've got other ones.
Yeah.
We also have a podcast called The Weekly Planet where we talk movies and comics and TV shows. If you do want to check it out, it's on its own YouTube channel, Spotify, Apple. We talk big movie, don't we?
We love to talk
We
big
want to
movie.
know what big movie is and we do it.
For a long time, Star Wars was big movie.
That was the only big movie.
Now it's TV show.
That now it is.
Now
yeah.
it's simply TV show.
Yeah. But sometimes that TV show becomes big movie. Mandalorian.
Big movie.
Big movie.
We'll
Yeah.
see, won't we?
We will.
Is this the
Is this why we're doing it?
No,
No, we're celebrating the 49th anniversary
yeah,
of Star
yeah,
Wars.
yeah. Is this the first, like, the big acid test for Star Wars, if it can pull off big movie?
Yeah,
'Cause
potentially.
No, episode 9 was the last one, right?
Billion
And
dollar
that
movie,
and that was
yeah.
big movie, but
Yeah.
bad movie.
Yeah.
So this is exciting.
I'm excited.
I'm excited too.
I'm not that excited.
I'm really excited to see if this bombs.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much to Ben and Lawrence for the edit. These are incredibly extensive.
Thank you, Ben and
We
Lawrence.
really appreciate it. And we'll catch you guys next time.
Grab that Jimmy, guys. We'll see you next week. Wait, before we... Do we have any thoughts about, I don't know, just Alec Guinness in his...
Oh, doing this?
I just yeah.
Do you feel like you phoned it in or like...
No, I just think it's interesting. Like, what would they do if
Oh,
they
you
didn't
didn't
get
do
it? Well, they didn't. They didn't get what they
yeah.
needed to do on the day. I mean,
He didn't have to do much.
I was gonna say, and
Just like, don't do it.
yeah, and like I think that's. It's just impressive that he pulled that power move
Yeah.
when they could have just replaced him with a guy in a brown robe. Pull
You're-
the hood up and get a guy to go, oh,
I think also...
oh, Luke.
he did it.
I'm here again. Oh, and I'm a bit faded because I'm a ghost or whatever. So I could be anyone, really.
He apparently also he felt kind of indebted because
Yeah,
he did
right.
earn like $90 million from Star Wars. So like, yeah, I guess he,
Oh, from the first one.
from the first one in total, yeah, the like time of his death. Like, I
What
think
about at the time though?
It
I
was.
wonder?
We talked about it last week. It was like between like 7 and 9 million, like straight out the gate.
That's okay.
because it was It was over 2%, and it made $400 million or whatever
Yeah.
it was. So yeah.
Wow, yeah. Well, in that case, greedy. Give him a full day.
Yeah.
I'd give anyone a full day's work for $9 million. I reckon.
Anybody? What about Adolf Hitler's dog walking service?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would do
I
that,
probably
yeah.
would too.
Yeah.
I mean, the dogs don't know, do they?
That's
They're
well.
not, well, some of them probably did.
Some dogs are really smart. you
Yeah,
know?
well, they don't like that. All right, let's go.